Hey guys, it's Jessica again. I got an idea from a friend to do a video on 1940s circa World War II era makeup, kind of like pinup girl or movie glamour. That's what I'm doing for you today, which would explain why I did some little victory roll pinup girls for you guys. I'm not going to show you every single thing that I do in this video. Right now I've already moisturized my face and I've put on a little bit of matte primer just because in the 1940s everything that women used was matte. It wasn't sparkly and shiny, things like that, and I want to try to make this as accurate as possible. In the 1940s, obviously World War II is going on, and a lot of women had to improvise with a lot of things because makeup wasn't that important because there was a war going on, so there was a shortage of a lot of things. Some women had to use beet juice to color their lips. Vaseline was used a lot in the eyebrows or as a lip gloss, and people would make their own mascara with burnt cork, things like that. So I just want to make this as accurate as possible. So I hope you guys enjoy. The first step that I'm going to do is apply just matte foundation. In the 1940s, foundation was really thick, and a lot of the times it was a little bit darker than the women's actual skin tone color, so they would go in with a lighter powder over top. So the first thing that I'm going to do is just apply foundation, and I'm not going to show you guys while I do it, but here we go. Okay, so I just finished putting on my foundation, and the next thing that I'm going to do is put on powder over top. In the 1940s, women really emphasized natural beauty, and powder makes your skin look flawless. They carried it around in a compact because the compact was invented by then, and they could put it on all the time, and they did, which is probably where you've heard the expression that a woman will go powder her nose. So I'm just gonna cover my face with some powder over top of the foundation. I feel like there's a lot of people think that 1940s makeup is very, what's the word I'm looking for? Very bold, but in reality it really wasn't. The things that they emphasized the most were the eyebrows, and the upper lid, and of course the lips. So that's what I'm going to show you today. In the 1930s, 1920s, women plucked a lot of their eyebrows out, either drew them on or just made them very thin. In the 1940s, they more embraced, like I said, their natural beauty, and so they would make their eyebrows more thick in the front part, kind of like how mine are actually, and a lot of them would emphasize an arch in the middle. So when they would draw on their eyebrows, they would use a pencil, which I'm going to show you. This pencil doesn't exactly match my eyebrows. I don't use it anymore, but just so it can be more accurate, I am going to use the pencil for you guys today and just show you. But they would basically fill in their eyebrows. Sorry about that. I haven't used this pencil in a while. Basically, they would fill in their eyebrow though with a pencil. And like I said, in that corner, they give a specific arch. I'm just going in with this to blend it in, because I don't want it to be too overpowering. And I have a really hard time seeing using my phone. Okay, so basically this is the look that you would see. It's got that very prominent arch. So I'm just going to go in and do the other one. Okay, so I filled in both of my eyebrows now, And in the 40s, they would, to keep the eyebrows in place, they would use Vaseline on them. I'm not going to do that just because I know if Vaseline gets anywhere near my skin that it will clog up my pores and I'll break out. So I'm just going to use some clear mascara and run it through my eyebrows just to keep them in place. They make other eyebrow products. This is much cheaper and I don't have a lot of money, and it works just the same. Plus it's got the little brush so you can like brush them into place. Okay, next is eyeshadow. Eyeshadow in the 40s, super simple. A lot of women didn't even use it, but for the purpose of this video I will show you. Usually they use the white on the lid and under the eyebrow, and in the middle of the eye like a very light taupe color. So I'm going to be using my NYX Sex Bomb palette again, and these are the two most perfect colors. They're matte, they're not sparkly. I'm going to use this color on the lid and under the brow, and this color in the middle of my crease. So just going to pat on that light color on my lid. I was watched a lot of actual makeup tutorials from the 40s and the 30s to do a lot of research to make sure I was, keeping these as accurate as possible. And it's funny to watch a makeup tutorial now as compared to then. You could tell that the women didn't really care as much about this part of their makeup, like eyeshadow, as they did about the lips and the eyebrows. That seemed to be the most important thing in that era, was to make sure that their eyebrows and their lips were the sole focus of their makeup. It's neat to see how things change. I just want to keep it as simple and light as possible. So there's that eye, and I'm going to go in and go ahead and do the other eye. Okay, so I finished both my eyes, really natural like I said. The next thing that I'm going to do is put some eyeliner along my top lash line. Like I said, they bring emphasis to their eyebrows, their top lash line, and their lips. And I'm just going to keep it as close to the lash line as possible, and no winging. A lot of people seem to think that the wing became popular in the 40s, but it really didn't. Women did not do the wing eyeliner in the 40s. It actually started in the 50s and didn't get popular until probably the 60s when Twiggy really made it popular. So no wing eyeliner. Okay, so there's one eye, and then I'm just going to go in and do the other eye. Okay, so now that I've done the top mascara, or the top eyeliner, I'm going to come in and do mascara. Okay, so now I've done the mascara, and as you can see, I focused it mostly on the top lash line, once again, bringing all the emphasis to the top. I just barely got the bottom lashes. In a lot of photos, models, things like that I've seen in 40s makeup, they sometimes didn't even do their bottom lashes, but I didn't want to look like I don't have any bottom lashes, but I made sure to keep all that focus on the top line. The next thing is blush. They called it rouge in the 1940s. Usually it was just pinks and coral colors. They had it in liquid like this. This is actually called rouge, and it's made by NYX. This is a perfect example of a color that would probably have been used in the 40s. It's just a pink color, and that's what I'm going to use on my cheeks. So here we go. And it doesn't have to be a lot. Once again, they just like to bring out their natural beauty. And a lot of the makeup videos I watched, they really applied their blush carelessly and then went back in and just wiped off what they didn't want. Actually, if you decide to go watch any of the makeup videos that are from the 40s, they actually keep getting a tissue every time they do something to wipe off any extra. So okay. And then the next thing, the big attention getter back in the 40s was the lips, and it was usually a bright red lip or maybe a lighter red, sometimes pink, but it was usually a red lip. And they did use lip liner in the 40s, and it was usually to create a fuller lip. So I am a fuller, wider lip, I should say. They liked a very uniform lip. They wanted their top lip to match their bottom. This obviously is not red lip liner, but I don't have bright red lip liner. But I'm just going to go in because my top lip curves up really far, and I'm just going to kind of try to make it more uniform. Okay, so basically now I just have a guideline to follow, and my lip doesn't have as much of that really drastic curve. I don't have an actual lipstick that's red. This is Rimmel London Show Off Lip Velvet. It is liquid, but same thing, and it is matte, which is good. So I'm just going to go in with this. Okay, there's my red lip. And an important thing to do, they always do this, is to blot your lip so it's not over exaggerated. And you will see them do this in every makeup video that I've watched. Make sure you blot that lip. Just blot it to get some of the extra off. And this is your 1940s look. Very exaggerated lips, top lash line, eyebrow. And I just did the victory rolls or pinup curls, whatever you want to call them, just to kind of give you a more finished look. I couldn't get my hair to curl, so I'm sorry about it. But they usually, they almost always have curled hair, and they usually did a victory roll or some type of pinup or updo. So this is your 40s look. And I hope you guys really enjoyed this. If you have any questions, I'd love to know. If you want to know how I did the victory rolls, pinup curls, I'd love to show you in a video. If I can, I'll probably have to get somebody else to video it for me, but I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have any questions or if you want to give me some ideas for a video, I'd love to have them. And thank you so much for watching.